Welcome everybody to I Plead the First. This is your Fired Up Friday video, and you're going to want to stay tuned because this Fired Up Friday video is going to be unlike the previous Fired Up Friday videos. So, I'll see you on the other side.
I plead the first, American dream. I plead the first, white shirt, blue jeans. I plead the first, American dream. I plead the first, white shirt, blue jeans. I plead the first, American dream.
Thanks for tuning in to Fired Up Friday. I appreciate it. As I alluded to already, this one's going to be different. The previous videos have been a outbursts where I kind of express my anger and emotions in a comical way, well aware that it's funny. It's still anger, it's still a real emotion, but it's channeled into something that other people can laugh at, and that's intentional. I don't think anybody that looks at those videos doesn't understand that. If they do, they're just, I don't know, maybe not in touch with other people. The difference today is the emotion. Just as angry today as I was during all those other videos, but it's a different kind of anger. It's a focused anger. It's a more serious anger. I'm going to try to articulate why I'm angry and what I think should be going on right now. So, if you tuned into the Facebook page yesterday, you saw that I made a short video saying that Gracie, who has been on our show 3 times, she's Christina's daughter. I want to make this clear. She has a large social media presence, and she posts her opinions and views all over the place. Her views are out there. They're and what I mean by out there is they're available for anybody to find. I don't always agree with her, but they're her opinions. That's her right to have opinions, and she's a young person, and she's going to form her own opinions, and those opinions they're malleable, and they're going to change. And when she's 35, she's going to look back and say, well, you know, I was wrong about that. And when she's 45, she's going to have an even more nuanced opinion. And when she's 65, I suspect she will have an even more nuanced opinion about many of the things she has opinions on now. As we all will. I have always, all my life, had conservative values. I have always, all my life, cared about free market society, freedom, our Bill of Rights, and what is best for this country. How I view those and how I want those to be protected and how I want certain legislature to be handled has changed over time. Like many of you out there today, you can look back at your political views in the 90s and say that they've grown since then and they've changed and you've matured and you kind of see differently how you could have handled it back then. It's natural. You look in the 2000s and you look at some of the things that were going on in the 2000s and you say, yeah, you know, I was right about that, but I was wrong about this. Everybody is entitled to that. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, their own personal growth, their own political growth. Everybody is entitled to, if they want to, make a blog like I'm doing right now and put their opinions out there, and they can look back at their videos like I will and say, oh man, I was way off base there, or I was right on there. I still feel that way. I fully expect that when I look back on this series of videos I've made over the last month, that I'm not going to be pleased with some of them. And some of them will hold true for the rest of my life. Understanding that we all have opinions that mature. We should not be attacking anybody else's opinions just because we think all our personal opinions have matured beyond theirs. And let's make no mistake, that's what's going on here. They feel like they have a more matured opinion, a better grasp of the world than Gracie. First of all, that is completely subjective. It's completely based on your worldview, and there is no facts when we're talking about political opinions. When we talk about what violates the First Amendment, that's a fact, right? Because we can point to that, we can say, that's a violation of the First Amendment. If the government came down and they sent me a letter tomorrow and they said, Joe, you have to cease and desist your YouTube channel because we don't like the way you talk about Joe Biden. That's a violation of the First Amendment. That's a fact. No one can dispute that. If they do dispute that, they're just stupid. A great many of the things that we talk about here on this page are opinion. We may feel very strongly that we are correct, and we may be correct. But those opinions and those values, they're going to change over time because the world changes. It never stands still. The point of all that is if we start looking at people and saying, well, my opinion's better than yours, so I'm going to put you down, I'm going to shut you up, I'm going to stop you from sharing your opinion because it's a distasteful opinion, or it's an opinion that's poisoning the world. Or first of all, you're ignorant for even trying that, because the more you try to shut someone up, the more interested people become in their message. We can see that throughout history. Secondly, for those who are on the left, those people that are making these attacks on Gracie, I want to speak directly to you for a moment, because I know some of you small-minded, privileged, I know you love that word, little assholes, need to be told what's up. First and foremost, go pick up the book Gulag Archipelago by Alexander Solzhenitsyn and read it, if you can manage to do that with your very limited literal skills. It's 1,200 pages, so it'll probably take you the next year to do that. But once you get through it, come back and talk to me. Have a legitimate conversation with me about the way you're treating Gracie. And see if you don't understand what is the problem with the way you're going about your business. Because when you try to shut someone up, when you try to change their language, dictate to them the words that they can use, dictate to them that they have to accept other people's pronouns, there is no good that comes from that. period. And I want to be real clear. I don't disrespect anybody on purpose. And if someone is reasonable to me, and I run across a person that wants to be called a she when she is a biological he, I will, just to respect you, if you're cool about it. But if you approach me and you run in like the GameStop lady, where that poor kid was just trying to be polite, and you throw a little temper tantrum and say, it's ma'am. Lady, you got a dick and balls. Look, we can all respect one another. We can all have civil discourse. I will never purposely disrespect somebody until they try to force their ideas on me, which is the ultimate disrespect. So understand that when you are trying to force someone to come to your side, when you're trying to force someone to hold your beliefs and ideals, and you're doing so by hostile coercion, that is the ultimate disrespect. And you young people that are out there doing that, not only the ones that are doing it to Gracie, but all of you. Anybody out there that watches this video that's on the left, that's throwing a fit right now because somebody won't call them a zer or a zer or a z or whatever the fuck bullshit you've come up this week. Man, when you guys look back at yourselves 30 years from now, you're going to weep. You're going to be sorry. And I hope that you ask for forgiveness. And I hope that you find your way. But make no mistake that me and my people, you don't control us. You never will. You can't. I will say whatever the piss I want to say whenever the piss I want to say it. And there's nothing you can do about it. And it doesn't make me a racist. It doesn't make me a transphobe. I don't hate any group of people except terrorists. And frankly, your group is bordering on terrorist. So, snap yourselves out of it. Understand that we are all Americans. And just because I have a diametrically opposed view to yours does not mean that I love America less, or that I'm racist, or that I'm transphobic. I could give a shit less who you sleep with, or who you dress up like, or what you do with your own genitalia. You want to chop it off, chop it off. I don't give a shit. When you start making me play pretend with you, you are now violating my mind. You are now saying that what goes on inside my head doesn't belong to me. That's a step. That's about 5 steps too far. And like I said before, it's the greatest disrespect that you can pay anybody. So be careful who you're disrespecting. Because make no mistake, you're going to run across somebody one day, and you guys do all this crap on the internet, and you threaten to beat people up. You threaten the wrong person, you are 18. You're going to run your mouth to the wrong person one day, and it's going to end up real bad. And don't construe that as a threat, because it's not. It's actually a warning from a parent. You need to watch your damn mouth. You're going to go out there, you're going to run your mouth to the wrong person, and somebody's going to hurt you. And as a parent, I don't want to see that no matter who you are. So shut your mouth, read a book, and leave Gracie alone.
I could really use a change of scenery. Yeah. Everybody smoking all the greenery. Yeah. Close the match 'cause they were handed down to me. But I'm still fly, I know. I'm still fly, let's go.